Hello there again. We meet again today, and it has been more than 2 weeks. Well, about 2 weeks already. We have been homebound. Well, today I want to bring you another devotion. If you ever ask your friend, "Do you believe in God?" Some of them will say no. You ask them why you don't believe in God. They say because I don't see God. But if you ask them, do you believe there is coronavirus? 10 out of 10, 100%, they will say, sure, I believe there is coronavirus. But can you see? They can't see coronavirus too. You see, what you don't see, it does not mean it is not there. The same thing about God. If you don't see God, you can't see God with your naked eye. It does not mean that God is not there. I'd like to read to you from John chapter 20, verse 25. Yes, you guessed it. It is the story about Thomas. Now Thomas, called the twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. The other disciples therefore said to him, "We have seen the Lord." And he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." And after 8 days, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas with them. Jesus came, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, "Peace to you." Then he said to Thomas, "Reach your finger then, and look at my hands, and reach your hands there, and put it into my side. Do not be unbelieving, but believing." And Thomas answered and said to him, "My Lord and my God." And Jesus said to him, "Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen, and yet have believed." Thomas was one of Jesus' disciples. Jesus died on the cross and was buried. On the third day, he rose from the dead. Then the other disciples who saw Jesus, they told Thomas, "Jesus rose from the dead." Thomas said, "I do not believe unless I can touch his hand with my hands and touch his side with my hand, unless I can see with my naked eye and feel him. Then only I believe." You know, there are occasions God has been very gracious to us, just as he was with Thomas. Because the second time when they meet again, the Lord Jesus appeared in the room and told Thomas, "Thomas, reach out your finger and touch my hands, and reach out your hand and touch my side." Thomas finally said, "Lord, I believe." But what did Jesus say? Jesus said, "You have seen and you believe. But blessed is the one who have not seen, and yet they believe." You know, there is reality in the unseen world. What has been happening these few months has brought the world onto its knees with the fear of this coronavirus. The issue about this virus is we can't see it with our naked eyes. It can be in the air, it can be on a railing, it can be in a plastic bag, it can be in a handle, in a house. This virus keeps spreading from one person to another person. And you will never even know you have it until a number of days when it appears and gives you trouble. We have seen this virus have done so much damage in the world today. And everyone all over the world, without exception, is careful and fearful of this unseen virus. Why did people believe in it? Because they see the damage done by this virus. People fall sick. People die. And this virus has also affected the economy of the nation and brought many nations to its knees. We may not see the virus with our naked eye, but we can see its effect. So you tell me, you have not seen God. Therefore, you don't believe. There are many things in life that we don't see, but we believe. For the matter, air. Can you see air with your naked eyes? No, you can't see air. But when the air moves, you can see the effect of air. When it blows and hits on the tree moves. And when there are bubbles in the water, air bubble coming out, you can see the effect of air. The same with electricity. You can't see the electrons going through the cable or the wire, but you can see the effect of it in a form of a moving fan or a light or so many things that electricity can generate. So therefore, in the same way, you don't see God, but you can see the effect of God. You can see God in the beauty of creation. You know, I was in Indonesia a few months ago, and as we were driving across this rural area on these roads, on a flat land, on the left was the mountain, on the right was the sea. Then it came upon me again, God is so good. When He created something, every nation, almost, you can see the mountain, the land, and the sea. Without the mountain, there will be no river, isn't it? Without river, there won't be water for our living. So you can see the beauty of God's creation. You can see the changes in the lives of those who have believed in Jesus, like your friends, your wife, your husband, your parent or your children, those who've given their heart to Jesus. You have seen how their life has been transformed and have been changed by the love and the power of the Lord Jesus Christ. So you may not see God with your own naked eyes, but you can see the effect He has done, the goodness and the good things that God has done in people's life. You hear testimonies and stories of encounter that people had with God. So I ask of you, I appeal to you, my friends, open your eyes. Ask God to help you. First, believe. Then you will begin to see God and sense Him, at least with your spiritual eyes. You can sense Him. You can feel the tremendous change that the Lord Jesus can do in your life. So when you believe, then you will see God. So take a moment and think, my friends, that if you believe in God, God can do such a great thing in your life. I'd like to read to you from Revelation chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and dine with him and he with me." I challenge you. If you say, "I don't believe in God because I don't see Him," I challenge you. But you just say to God, I say, "God, if you are real, show me." And you will be surprised, the small little thing that God show you, the answer to the desire that you have, the little prayer that you make, how God began to show you that He is real. You may say, "Oh, is it all just coincidence?" No. Nothing happened by chance. There is a God who loved you, who created you, who loved you, who died on the cross for you. And you can see Him if you choose to believe. Oh, I also want to show you something. The power of the unseen. And if I put this cable on the light, it will light up. Alright? But don't worry. Let me just test and see. I've off the switch. And let me test and see this electricity. I off the wrong switch. Help me. Mary, help.